Remember that player who was everywhere one season? Highlight reels, fantasy football lineups, top 10 lists, you name it. Then, the next season, they disappeared. Almost like a magic trick. Except nobody clapped because it wasn't entertaining. It was just sad and confusing. The NFL is full of these stories. Some are tragic, some are bizarre, and some are, honestly, just plain stupid. Today, we're breaking down every NFL player who disappeared into the night. Wild stories behind their vanishing acts. Starting with the running back whose body literally betrayed him in the most public, humiliating way possible. In 2013, Lacy was NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year, rushing for over 1,100 yards. He ran for a combined 2,317 yards in his first 2 seasons, rolling downfield like a bowling ball, but with the feet of a dancer. To watch him lower his shoulder into a defender, then pirouette into a spin move, was like witnessing football art. Then, the weight issues started, and they never stopped. When Lacy's production dipped in his 3rd year, Coach Mike McCarthy made it clear that Lacy could either lose weight or lose playing time, saying he's got a lot of work to do. The Packers were patient at first, supportive even, but that patience evaporated faster than Lacy's metabolism. Lacy tried everything. He worked with P90X founder Tony Horton, did yoga, went to boxing classes, reportedly losing 15 to 20 pounds. He'd show up to camp looking slimmer. The coaches would praise him. Fans would get excited. Then, reports emerged that Lacy had regained all the weight he lost, anywhere from 255 to 265 pounds. The cycle repeated over and over, and his production plummeted with each failed attempt at weight management. But here's the truly brutal part. The trolls on social media were absolutely relentless, commenting on every post with fat jokes and cruel attacks. Lacy said, "I could tweet, 'Today is a beautiful day,' and someone would be like, 'Oh yeah? You fat.'" After suffering an injury in 2016 that concluded his time as a Packer, Lacy did a year-long stint with the Seahawks, but ultimately retired in 2017. His Seattle contract even included weight clauses that paid him $55,000 for hitting certain weight targets, which became public and just gave the trolls more ammunition. The combination of exhaustion from internet trolls and criticism became too much, just like his weight. What, too soon? And he stepped away to care for his mental health. Eddie Lacy went from Offensive Rookie of the Year to Internet Meme to retired at just 27 years old. All because a combination of genetics, social media cruelty, and relentless public scrutiny crushed what should have been a Hall of Fame career. Now, if you're enjoying this descent into NFL nightmare territory, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe because we're just getting started with these career vanishing acts. But if you think weight struggles ending a career is tragic, the next player had a different kind of body betrayal. One that involved his brain getting scrambled so many times that doctors literally wouldn't let him step on a football field ever again. The Detroit Lions selected best 30th overall in 2010, and head coach Jim Schwartz literally said, "Some people watch adult videos on their computer. I go to YouTube and watch Javid Best highlight clips. That's what gets me aroused." Wait, there is no way that he said that. He really said that? Oh, all right. On Monday Night Football in October 2010 against the Chicago Bears, Best rushed for 163 yards and a career-long 88-yard touchdown run that made Ford Field erupt in what's widely considered the loudest moment in the stadium's history. Then, the concussions started piling up like a horror movie body count. At Cal, Best suffered severe concussions, including one the NFL described as one of the nastiest-looking head injuries in recent memory, and a frightening crash to the turf. Best lost consciousness during that blow. In the NFL, it only got worse. During the second half of the Lions' loss to San Francisco in October 2011, Best suffered another concussion, which would be the last game he ever played. On November 25th, Best was placed on IR due to post-concussion symptoms. In 2012, Best was placed on injured reserve again due to continuing post-concussion issues, ending his season without playing in any games. In late November 2012, Best had been undergoing cognitive therapy to treat his post-concussive symptoms, desperately hoping to return. But Best failed to find a doctor willing to clear him for a return to football, and he acknowledged becoming the NFL's poster boy for concussions. On July 17, 2013, Best was released by the Lions. He was 24 years old. His NFL career consisted of just 22 games. Best later sued the NFL and helmet maker Riddell, claiming the league was aware of the evidence and the risks associated with repetitive traumatic brain injuries, but deliberately ignored and actively concealed the information. Best eventually provided a health update years later, saying he now dabbles in real estate, coaches here and there, and makes music. He even competed in the 2016 Summer Olympics, representing St. Lucia in track and field, becoming the first former NFL player to participate in the Summer Olympic Games. Javid Best went from can't-miss first-round talent to medically retired at 24 years old because his brain couldn't handle another hit, leaving behind one of the most tragic what-if stories in NFL history. Now, here's where things get a little weirder. Yes, weirder than a guy saying he gets aroused by watching a guy play football. Because the next player is a running back who was so small that he was basically a kid playing with adults, made plays for a few years. Then the NFL realized tiny running backs don't survive and forgot he existed. Dexter McCluster was 5'8" and 170 pounds, which in NFL terms is like bringing a water gun to a tank battle. But the Kansas City Chiefs drafted him in 2010 because he was crazy fast and could make people miss. McCluster was a gadget player, running back, receiver, return specialist, whatever you needed. For a couple years, it worked. McCluster caught passes, rushed for yards, returned kicks, was useful. But by 2013, defenses figured out that if you hit the tiny guy hard enough, he goes down and stays down. His production dropped like a rock. The Chiefs let him go. The Titans signed him and got 2 forgettable seasons. By 2015, at just 27 years old, McCluster was out of the league. The NFL decided that 170-pound running backs weren't worth the roster spot when bigger, stronger players existed. McCluster disappeared from football, and most fans forgot he existed because his impact was so small. See what we did there? He was a fun toy for a few years. Then the league found better toys and threw him away. Now, to wrap up today's list, let's talk about the receiver who broke NFL records, then had his body completely fall apart in a 4-year injury nightmare that turned him from superstar to social media punching bag. Michael Thomas didn't just dominate, he rewrote the record books. In 2019, Thomas caught 149 passes, setting a new NFL single-season receptions record, while also topping 1,700 yards and winning NFL Offensive Player of the Year. The Saints selected him in the second round of 2016, and Thomas immediately established himself as one of the NFL's best young wideouts, continually resetting career highs in receptions and receiving yards in each of his first 4 seasons. Working alongside Drew Brees, Thomas was virtually unstoppable and always available, missing just 1 game in his first 4 professional seasons. Then 2020 happened, and everything collapsed. 4 plays away from sealing a win in the Saints' 2020 season opener against Tampa Bay, Thomas was blocking on a run play when the runner was tackled and fell into Thomas, causing an ankle injury. He was left to run block in a game the Saints could have knelt out and still won, suffered a nasty ankle injury that could have ended his season, but rushed back before he was fully healthy to try and help win a Super Bowl for Drew Brees' last season. That decision destroyed his career. A lingering ankle issue, along with toe and knee injuries, limited Thomas to just 20 regular season games from 2020 to 2023, and caused him to miss the entire 2021 season. There was even a somewhat public spat between Thomas and the organization. stemming from a disagreement over the timing of corrective surgery. When he did play, Thomas wasn't the same. He caught just 95 passes for 1,057 yards and 4 touchdowns in that 4-year span, including 39 catches and 1 touchdown in 2023. But Thomas made things worse by taking his frustrations to social media. He took jabs at quarterback Derek Carr on X, saying he would have had a 1,000-yard season if not for a bad ball that led to injury. The post prompted Carr to respond publicly saying, "I hope Mike finds what he's looking for. I hope he gets everything he wants in life, because I do love Mike. In that moment, I didn't really like it. Just call me, bro." In March 2024, the Saints released Thomas as a post-June 1st cut, and he became a free agent for the first time in his career at age 31. He had reportedly received little interest on the free agent market since his release, and was later suspended by the NFL for Week 1 of the 2024 season for violating the personal conduct policy. Michael Thomas went from NFL record holder and Offensive Player of the Year to injury-prone social media complainer to completely unsigned free agent in just 4 years, watching one of the greatest peaks in NFL history crumble into one of the saddest endings. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button like it owes you money. Also, hit subscribe if you haven't already. And hey, if you want to see the first part of the series, check out our video on every NFL superstar who suddenly fell off a cliff and why, for even more players who vanished faster than free food at a party. See you in the next video.